Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Katie and this is yoga to help you de-stress by opening up your shoulders and your neck, two areas that the body tends to store a lot of stress and tension. So for this practice, you might need a yoga strap or a belt if you have one, but if you don't have one, that's okay. When you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. We'll begin today sitting on the mat, so find a way to sit that's most comfortable for you. You can always take a cushion or a yoga block to sit up on. We'll stay here for a few minutes, so make sure you're nice and comfortable. Your hands can either rest on your knees or you might bring them together at your chest. When you're ready then, close your eyes. Maybe bow your head slightly towards your heart. Just trying to find some stillness here for a few minutes, giving the mind a chance to clear and giving you the opportunity just to get rid of whatever stresses may have brought you here. Being still can unlock a lot of doors in the mind and the body. So don't change your breath here, just start to observe it. Feel it as it travels down deep into your body, noticing the expansion of your belly, your chest, maybe even your throat. And each time you exhale, the belly gets a little bit smaller, your chest falls again, and your throat empties. So try your best just to keep following your breath, feeling those sensations that it brings to the body. And with time, you might encourage your breath to go even deeper into your body and try to make it last even longer. And if your mind wanders off here, that's normal. As soon as you catch yourself with those random thoughts, just try come back to your breath, back to your body. Just feeling that space that your breath is creating in your body. And just try to stay there with yourself, with your body. And to me, that is what yoga is really about. Even if it's just for a second, just spending time with yourself. We'll move into a short meditation here. So we're just counting till 10. We'll count the breath as we go. So breathe in and breathe out. And that's 1. Breathing in and out for 2. Inhale, exhale for 3. And keep going here at your own count. Only till 10, so don't worry if your mind gets frustrated. And if you make it till 10, start again at 1. And a gentle reminder, if your mind has wandered off, come back and we'll just count a few more breaths. See if you can loosen your jaw here and relax your facial muscles. Soften your shoulders. Take one more breath. And once you've exhaled, you can open your eyes again, nice and slowly, coming back. And from here, we'll come into tabletop pose. So we're coming onto all fours, shoulders directly above your wrists, and then knees directly below your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide apart and gently press your finger pads into the mat. Once you're there, press yourself away from the mat so your arms and your back become a little bit stronger. Making our way into cow pose, with an inhalation, point your tailbone up towards the ceiling, drop your belly towards the mat, bring your chest slightly forward, and then take your gaze up. And we'll stay here in cow pose. Find your breath again, and just notice how it might feel different now that the body is in a different shape. Keep breathing in and out. And on your next exhalation, we'll take it into cat pose. So tailbone points down, round your spine, tuck your chin in towards your chest, and drop your head down. Staying here in cat pose now, notice how the more you push yourself away from the mat, the more of an opening you find in your shoulder blades. And keep breathing again here. Keep pointing that tailbone towards the mat to keep your spine rounded. One more big breath in. Long breath out. And now on your next inhalation, tailbone points back up, belly drops down, chest comes forward, and eyes look up for cow. Exhaling, tailbone points down, round your spine, chin to chest, drop your head. We'll keep going here, moving from cow to cat. Trying to make your breath last as long as the movements do. And try to give each vertebrae a little bit of attention as you move through. The next time that your spine is neutral, you can pause there, so we're back into tabletop. And then from here, bring your hips over towards the left and look over your left shoulder. Hips come to the right, look over your right shoulder. And continue a few more times like this. Just loosening up the spine in a different direction now. Back to center again now, into tabletop. This time, look back over your left shoulder. So you start to feel that stretch along the right side of your neck. And then gradually glide your hips back towards your heels as if you were coming into child's pose, but keep looking back towards that left hip. Just opening up the neck a bit here. You can stay here, or for more of a stretch, take your right hand and bring it back towards your right foot, maybe resting beside the foot. So you start to feel a deeper stretch here in your neck, and take a nice long breath in and out, just feeding that tightness, helping it to dissolve. When you're ready now, bring that right hand back towards the front if it's not already there. Pick yourself back into tabletop, and this time look over your right shoulder, and then glide your hips back towards your heels, opening up the left side of the neck now. And same thing on this side, your left hand might come back to rest beside your left foot, and take a nice long inhalation and exhalation, opening up your neck. When you're ready, come on back into tabletop. Keep your knees directly below your hips, but walk your hands towards the front of the mat. From here, making our way into puppy pose by dropping the chest towards the mat. You can bring your forehead down to the ground, or if you're feeling very flexible in your shoulders, you can keep your chin to the mat. So noticing the stretch along the back of your shoulder blades here, and just imagining any tension dissolving away here. Breathe deeply into your shoulders, and we'll stay here just for 3 breaths. When you're ready, let your next inhalation pick you back and come on back into tabletop, so wrists back below the shoulders. From here, right hand can thread in underneath your left arm and bring your right ear down to the mat. Thread the needle pose. So your left hand can determine the stretch here. You can keep it where it is, or if you take it up towards the top of your mat, you might feel more of a stretch in your right shoulder. You can close your eyes once you feel comfortable. Tap into your breath again. And you can use your own body weight here to intensify the stretch. So you might gently lean towards your right shoulder to help open it up a little bit more. A few deep belly breaths here in this pose. Prepare to reverse out of the pose now, making your way back towards tabletop. I'll switch to this side, and then we'll repeat that on the left. So this time, your left hand is coming in underneath, left ear comes to the mat, right hand determines the stretch. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Feel the sensation throughout your left shoulder, and you can determine whether you want to drop more weight into that left shoulder, or if you're happy here. And try to notice where your mind is going as we hold these poses. One of the biggest challenges of yoga is your mind and just keeping it here. So if you feel that you've drifted away, Just find those sensations again. Come back to following your breath. And that's what's really going to help you to de-stress. And take your last breath cycle here for this side. Once you're ready, start to come on out of the pose, back towards tabletop, but this time making our way into downward facing dog. So walk your hands out slightly in front of you, curl your toes onto the mat, and then drag your hips up and back. So take a moment just to settle into downward dog here. Keep as much of a bend in your knees as you need to. Point your tailbone towards the ceiling and release your head towards the mat. Fingers are spread nice and wide apart, and gently press into the palm of your hands as you drop your ears in between your biceps. And that's what's going to give you a really nice shoulder stretch. Big breaths in here in downward dog. Long breaths out. And we'll take one more breath here in down dog. And when you're ready, prepare to step your right foot forward in between your hands. So just coming into a lunge here, you can drop that back knee to the mat. Breathe it out here, just feeling that stretch within your hips. From here, lift yourself up and bring your palms together at the chest. Making our way into a twist here. So if this back knee is uncomfortable, you can always fold your mat to make more of a padding for it, or have a blanket or cushion nearby to put in underneath. So palms are together at the chest. Take a breath in to lengthen up through your spine. And as you exhale, bring your left elbow over towards that right knee. Gently start to rotate through your torso and try to align the center of your chest with your thumbs. So they don't actually have to align, but that's the goal here. If you feel like your balance is good today, you might take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Otherwise, just let your eyes rest on something on the floor, or you might close your eyes here. So take a nice long breath in again, spine is lengthening, and each time you exhale, twisting a little bit more. Keep your palms gently pressing against each other, and that will help to open up your shoulders. And if you want to challenge yourself a little bit here, you can always pick that back knee up off the mat for a high lunge. Both options equally as good. We're taking one more full breath in. And this time as you exhale, start to make your way out of the twist. Release your hands back either side of that front foot. Pick your back knee up off the mat. Curl your upper back to step back into downward facing dog. So let everything reset here in down dog. You might notice some differences within the two sides of your body. Breathe it out, sending your breath deep again into your belly. This time, left foot steps forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee to the mat, and then pick yourself up to bring your palms together at the chest. Taking it to the other side now, inhaling, growing your spine a little bit taller. Exhaling, hooking your right elbow onto your left knee and slowly rotating your torso to align your thumbs with the center of your chest. Maybe gazing up. Again, for more of a challenge here, you can lift that back knee up off the mat. Start to slowly come back now, planting your hands. This time, just take your left foot back and come to lie on the front of your body. So when you're there, we'll take it into shoulder pigeon. So stretch your left hand out to the left, keeping a straight line between your left shoulder and your wrist. Right fingertips can come onto the floor beside you, and you can release your head down to the mat. From here then, we're rolling over onto the left hip. So stacking the hips on top of each other. Right foot can either rest on your left foot, or you might take a bend into that right knee and drop the foot back behind you. So we're starting to open up the left shoulder here. Release your head to the mat if it's not already there. And then we're going to stay here for about a minute in total. So again, here your body weight can determine how much of a stretch you take into that left shoulder. You can either use your right hand to put more weight into your shoulder, or use it to support you and take some weight out of your shoulder. So feel free to experiment, find whatever works best for you, and then once you're there, just close your eyes. Relax into these sensations. Find your breath, and again notice how it might feel different when the body is in these unusual shapes. We'll take our last inhalation here on this side, and then as you exhale, start to come on back to center, nice and slowly. And when you're there, you might just take a moment just to bend your elbows, bring your palms together, and rest your forehead or your cheek on top of your hands. I'm just going to switch sides again. And then we'll prepare to do that on the opposite side. So this time your right arm is out beside you, straight line between the wrist and the shoulder. Left fingertips are on the floor. Gently now rolling over onto your right hip this time. Left foot might bend, left knee rather might bend, bringing the foot in behind you. Release your head to the mat. And then find what feels good for this side. So playing with your body weight a little bit, taking that stretch into your right shoulder. When you're ready, close your eyes, breathe, And each time you inhale, you're releasing the tension from that shoulder. Each time you exhale, you're carrying it out of the body. One more breath for this side. As you exhale, gradually start to come on back to center. You can bring your palms together again, stacking them to make a pillow. Rest your cheek or your forehead down onto your palms. And bring your big toes together, letting your heels flop out towards the edges of the mat. Crocodile pose here. A chance to let the body digest all of the poses that we've done so far. And just let everything settle again. Find your stillness and find that space where you can just be for a moment. From here, we're coming into what's called pretzel arms. So you can lift your head up for a moment. Have your feet about hip distance apart. Take your right hand and bring it all the way over towards the left side of the mat. Left hand then comes all the way over towards the right side of the mat. So keep walking your fingers as far away from each other as you can. And once you've reached your maximum, you can hook your chin over your top arm. So this time it's your left arm. So let the weight of your body open up your shoulders. Gravity is doing all of the work, and you can assist with your breath, taking long breaths in and nice slow controlled breaths out. And staying here for about a minute in total. So challenge yourself to keep your mind with your breath. Use your next breath in now to undo your arms. And if you need to take a moment here just to settle your shoulders again, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we'll do that on the opposite side. So you're walking your left hand all the way over to the right, right hand all the way over to the left. Press your hands far away from each other, and then when you're ready, hook your chin over your right arm. And this pose looks different for everybody, so don't worry how it looks, just focusing on how it's feeling. Release the muscles in the back of your body. And just allow yourself to become really heavy here. Maybe 6 breaths here on this side. Inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5. And we'll gently start to undo the arms here. Take your time, but plant your palms next to your chest and then lift yourself up. Drag your hips back towards your heels and sit into child's pose just for a moment. Hands can either come towards the front of the mat or they can rest next to your feet. Knees can be together or wide apart. Release your forehead to the mat. Take a big breath in to round your spine even more, and a long breath out to make the body a little bit smaller. Use your next breath in to lift you back up and come into a seat on the mat. So we'll stay here for a few minutes. This is where you'll need your strap. So coming into cow face arms here. If you don't have a strap, it's okay. You can still manage without one. So have the strap just resting over a shoulder, and then bring your left hand out in front. So push it far away from you, and then take it back as far back behind you as it will go. Once you're there, point your thumb down, bend your elbow, and find your strap behind you. Right hand reaches up to the ceiling, bend the elbow and find another part of your strap. So you can walk your, I'm just going to move that. You can walk your hands as close to each other as you can get them for more intense of a stretch. So our top elbow is pointing towards the ceiling as best you can, and try to keep your neck as straight as possible. Once you're comfortable here, close your eyes. We're staying here for a minute, so if you're breathing in for the count of 5 and out for the count of 5, that's just 6 breaths. Try to focus your mind on those breaths. And I should say here, if you don't have a strap, you're just resting your hands on your back as close to each other as you can get them. We'll slowly now start to release your hands off of your strap. You can bring them back out in front. You might circle off the shoulders a bit here or stretch out the neck. So we'll take that to the other side now. So strap can come back over your shoulder. This time your right hand reaches out, press it away from you, and then bring it all the way back. Turn your thumb down, bend your elbow, and find your strap. Left hand reaches up, bend at the elbow, and find another part of the strap. So maybe you're happy here, or you can walk your hands a little bit closer towards each other. Point your top elbow to the ceiling, make the back of your neck nice and long, and when you're ready, close your eyes. Tap into your breath and just try focus on it. And if you're struggling to hold the pose here, I am too. It's not my favorite. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship. I hate to hold this pose, but I love how it feels afterwards. So we're doing it together. Just a few more breaths. When you're ready, you can release your grip from the strap, open your eyes again, and bring the hands back out in front. So we'll remove the strap for now. And from here, we're making our way into a seated forward fold. So take your legs out long in front of you. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling with a breath in. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, releasing your hands down wherever they land alongside your legs. Feel free to take as much of a bend into your knees as you need here. And having your knees bent will actually help to open up your shoulders a little bit more. Straight legs will bring the focus around your hamstrings and your hips. So whatever you feel you need the most here, feel free to do so. Each inhalation now lengthens your spine, and each time you exhale, you might be able to bring your nose a little bit closer to your knees and walk your fingers slightly away from the body. Noticing the new sensations now. Feeling that heaviness around the back of your heart space, and just use it to gently push you more into the pose. Your next inhalation can lift you back up, coming back to sit on the mat, maybe giving your legs a little shake off. Making our way into reverse tabletop here. So palms can be on the mat behind you with your fingers facing forward. Bend your knees to bring the soles of your feet onto the mat, and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling, gently dropping your head back. It's just stretching out the front of the body here. For more of a challenge, you can straighten your legs. Otherwise, we're just staying here for 10, 9, 8, keeping the hips nice and high. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hips back down onto the mat. Stretch your legs out long again in front of you, and we'll end with a spinal twist. So we're bringing the right foot over to the outside of the left knee. Left leg can stay long here, or you might bend that left knee to bring your left foot over towards your right hip. So if both knees are bent here, check that you can feel both of your sit bones on the mat. So you might have to wiggle and adjust a bit here. Right hand comes in behind your tailbone, as close to it as you can get, and use your right arm like a pillar to straighten up your spine. Left hand reaches for the ceiling. Take a breath in to lengthen, and as you exhale, start to rotate, hooking your elbow onto your right knee. Slowly look back over your right shoulder. Each inhalation lengthens your spine, and each time you exhale, you might be able to twist a little bit more into the pose. Take one more breath in. This time as you exhale, making your way back to center, undoing your legs and giving them a little shake off. This time, your left foot can come to the outside of your right knee bends, maybe. Once you feel both of your sit bones, you can take your left hand in behind your tailbone, prop up your spine, bring your right hand to the ceiling. As you exhale, twisting to hook your elbow and eventually looking back over your left shoulder. Breathing in to lengthen, exhaling to twist. When you're ready, make your way back to center, undoing everything. Legs out long, give them a little shake if you need to. We'll come back into our seat that we started with. So maybe having your legs crossed here. Again, take something to sit up on if you need to. And just stretching out the side of the body here. Bring your right hand over to the right and then do a big rainbow with your left arm, looking up at your left hand. Nice full breath in and out here. And when you're ready, release that left hand to the mat, rainbow your right arm across, look up at the right hand. And we'll make our way back to center, maybe bringing your palms together again at your chest. Close your eyes and bow your head towards your heart. Find your breath. Go to that space within you that your breath has created. And try to stay there. Feeling all of the new sensations and the new energy that you have created within your body. Knowing that this new positive energy will replace the negative energy that you may have come to the practice with. And each time you inhale, you're circulating the positive energy. And each time you exhale, you're releasing the negative energy. So you can stay here for longer if you wish. You can come back to that meditation of counting your breath. You might lie down in Shavasana and just relax for a few more minutes. But we'll end the practice here. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by leaving a thumbs up. And I would be really grateful if you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Otherwise, I hope to see you again soon. But until then, namaste.